Whether you like COVID passports or not, at least people aren't putting microchips under your skin and recording your... They're putting microchips under people's skin in Sweden. This is one version of under the skin I cannot approve of. Hello there. There's 4.67 million of us now awakening together in the face of insufferable, unendurable, crazy odds. But we are infrangible, strong, powerful. I've been reading David Foster Wallace. Let's have a little look at this crazy story out of Sweden. I don't want to generate hysteria. That's the opposite side of the argument I'm on. I want us coming together to create new solutions. But you know, when you hear like stories like, hey, one advantage of this current pandemic and the vaccine mandates is it does create opportunities for regulation and legislation that you wouldn't even have countenanced just 5 years ago. But at least we're not in Philip K. Dick dystopia crazy territory of people becoming sort of half robots. Well, not yet. But let me tell you, plans are afoot. Let's have a reasonable, rational look at microchips being inserted into your human skin. A Swedish startup has created a microchip that can be implanted into the skin, displaying details of one's COVID vaccine passport when scanned. I remember like watching content from people that are just not even allowed on the internet anymore. So they say stuff like, what they'll do first of all is they'll introduce some sort of paper passports, and then eventually they'll say, well, we could just plug it under your skin. I mean, it'd stop you losing it down the side of the sofa, wouldn't it, if we could just insert it there next to that vein? And like, man, that stuff's actually happening now. Is there something inherently bad about putting a microchip under the skin? Yes. I have a chip implant in my arm and I've programmed the chip so that I have my COVID passport on the chip, and the reason is that I always want to have it accessible, says Hans Soblad, Managing Director of Disruptive Subdermals. Soblad demonstrated how it was possible to scan the chip with his phone to bring up a PDF that showed all the details of his EU digital COVID certificate, a pass somewhat similar to the US vaccine card. This means it's always accessible for me or anyone else. Oh good, good old anyone else. The government, Big Pharma, the CIA, good old anyone else. Those people that have never caused us any problems ever. Who wants to read me. For example, if I go to the movies or go to a shopping centre, then people will be able to check my status even if I don't have my phone, says Slowbad. Have you watched any of them documentaries about the direction that big tech is heading in and the problems it's causing socially? When you watch them, do you think, this is a good thing? We need to go further that way quickly. Slowbad told the AFP that these implants are not tracking devices and only respond to being scanned. Yeah, for now, mate. If you understand how these implants work, they don't have a battery. They cannot transmit a signal by themselves. Oh yeah, I don't know what's made me so cynical and sceptical about your under-the-skin microchip implant in this climate of increased regulation. It's not like surveillance is an issue. It's not like you can't turn your head without being on a camera. It's not like your watch, your phone, your laptop is all trying to sell you stuff that you don't want. It's not like there's data being downloaded and spread around the world and used against you every second of your waking life. When did you become so cynical? In 2018, the NPR reported that thousands of people were getting the rice grain-sized chips inserted above their thumbs. Possibly the fact is that it's moot, you know, because I carry my phone everywhere. I've got a credit card. I'm registered and recorded everywhere anyway. Perhaps this is merely a symbol, but it's a symbol of something quite profound, that our freedom is deteriorating before our very eyes under the auspices of granting us convenience.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID.
Oh, all that inconvenience of a lanyard. Oh, the chafing on the back of the neck. The banging as you walk up and down. Oh, my solar plexus. For God's sake, insert a microchip under my skin.
And he doesn't need money.
Why does he go to work then? If you don't need money? He does need money. It's just his money's been inserted as a little metal tumour on his thumb.
In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there.
He's using it to flirt with the newswoman. Hey, look at that under my thumb. And have a look, I got some more microchips down here, baby.
Just below the surface, in his hand.
Would you like to touch it?
Yeah.
You want to touch it? No, thank you. It's certainly not those other microchips.
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
And his death certificate.
Yeah, it's all in chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
What I like is his sort of swagger.
To get around the building.
Beep, beep, I can do basically what I want. Beep. Oh, what's this? Exterminate. Exterminate. Oh no. Oh no.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. So I can't open it.
No.
It's impressing someone by opening a fridge.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Also, another good thing is more low-paid jobs will disappear, all thanks to old rice grain. Beep, beep, you're unemployed now. Beep, rioting in the street. Hey, you can't riot in the street. Where's your thumb grain? Beep, beep.
We have created a new implant, which is not a chip, it's a full device where you can add different lights, different vibration.
I don't want like a Christmas tree in my hand. When you're selling something on the basis that you're going to have a light up under your skin, something's being concealed there. There's no real advantage. Is there? Whoa, look at my skin light. You're an idiot.
This event is an implant party, simply where ordinary people can show up and get a microchip embedded under their skin.
This is an informal execution party where dissidents of the government can simply line up and be shot in the head for expressing a view contrary to mainstream popular opinion. People are gathering from miles around. Oh yeah, can you shoot me in the head? I've queued all night to be shot in the head.
I think it's really cool. You don't have to carry any keys or anything.
You don't have to carry keys. I mean, no one likes the old jingle jangle in their pocket, do they? I'm not willing to give up my precious freedom. I've given up my keys, which led me into my house, and all I had to give up was my personal autonomy.
It's just your body. In maybe 10 years, everything will be in your hand.
We're being primed, we're being prepped, aren't we? It starts off as a sort of a little sort of ha little novel story from Sweden. But did you think that things were going to go the way they've gone over the last 24 months?
In Sweden more than anywhere else, the future is already here.
It couldn't be any more humiliating if they inserted it in the tip of your penis and you had to sort of wonder, beep, can I come in the lift? Beep, can I come in the fridge? Beep, you better not come anywhere, son.
The national train company SJ has around 2,600 people signed up to use microchips instead of train tickets.
Instead of a train ticket. A train ticket. Oh no, the problem is with a train ticket, if you put it next to your phone, it might not work in the machine. So, conveniently, I've just had it embedded here in my forehead like a cyclops. All I have to do is smash my skull down. Tickets, please.
Student Hannah Herving is also freshly chipped and now just needs to program it to open doors. Although, importantly for a future career, it does already connect to her LinkedIn.
Oh my God, it's actually happening. It's actually happening. All of the sort of pieces, you can see them coming together, can't you, to sort of form this great monolith of technological hell. It's all coming together like some dreadful vision. We have to, I mean, I'm not like a Luddite person. I'm not going to take this laptop and fling it out there into the old beloved woodpile, but I do feel we need to check ourselves a little bit.
Some people say I'm mad that I don't know if it's safe and all that, but people have been putting these chips into animals for 20 years.
Oh yeah, our friends the animals, who we've famously treated beautifully. We also chop them up and eat them and exploit them and take away their dignity.
So I'm not worried about that.
The long-term goal is for the new chips to help provide medical care in remote communities.
Yeah, that's the old long-term goal. Always when these things happen, I think, how are you going to help us next? Can you help me a bit harder? What help are you going to offer? Well, we're going to help you by locking you in a cell for all eternity, and your energy can be used like a battery, like in The Matrix. Did you like The Matrix? Well, the first one. Well, you're a battery now.
They're already getting under the skin of the Swedes and may soon become just another normal part of modern life and of the human body.
Tears of Jesus Christ, weeping in the heavens as human beings blindly and dumbly march into their own terrible Armageddon.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge.
Oh, you're on the cutting edge. Turn me into a sheep. I wonder what these various camps are going to become. Unless we can achieve some kind of global awakening where people like the young folk in this video that are gleefully granting access to interests that have proven to be somewhat unreliable. I'm talking about the state and big tech to actually inside their bodies. Before long, it's consciousness itself, isn't it? Like we can insert this chip into your mind and it will prevent you from thinking certain thoughts. I mean, that level of control is already being granted through propagandist means, through censorial means around communication anyway.
Merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
No, it's not fun. to have a chip inserted under the skin. How is that fun? How could that? Kadunk. I mean, like, the best it's going to be is neutral, uncanny, and on some deep level of your being, a betrayal of your sacred freedom. It's not going to be fun.
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete.
And with that, the evil agenda of Davos is complete. A pinch of the skin, insertion of a little grain of rice chip, a slap round the face, you dumb, stupid idiot, and now out on your way through life.
As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
Well, good, because you're never going to feel anything again now that you've sold your soul.
but even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
What? Some people are suspicious of this scheme, skeptical even, downright cynical of an alliance between big tech and the government that involves further ability to survey a population at a time of massive regulation and control. Show me where they are, and I will chip them so hard in the hand they won't sit down till next Christmas.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped,
Not yet.
but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary,
Where have we had that before?
but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality.
I suppose it's just common sense that the future doesn't arrive in one almighty wave unless it's sort of a meteorite or a war or something. But even any human-induced event like war will happen as a result of political conflict and discord. And something like dystopia will be slowly introduced gently and always sold to us as an advantage, like this is going to be convenient. No jingly jangly keys, no queuing up in a post office, no opening a fridge. I mean, like, well, these things aren't even that inconvenient. Just strap me into a metaverse, inject my mind with a chip and some morphine, and just leave me to die here on a slab, pretending that I'm looking at rainbows. You know, there is a beautiful experience to be had here on Earth. Have you lost touch with that? That there is glorious nature, that human beings are creative and wonderful and beautiful. And if we can look beyond the superficial, temporal conflicts that we spend so much time indulging and engaging with, we can see that collegiately we can create utopia with the ingenuity, in fact, of some of the people that are creating the technology of the hell we're walking towards. We could be creating new glories, luxury, freedom, comfort for exploration, art, new as yet undreamed dreams, psychedelic exploration. All that is possible. We can snatch utopia from the very jaws of the hell that is being contrived around us. But that's just what I think. What do you think? Let me know in the comments below. What are we going to do? When do we organise? Where do we go next? Give me a thumbs up. Share this video around. If you like this video, have a look at this cheeky little guy. Or maybe watch this one over on the Awakening channel so that you can remain in control of your personal freedom and autonomy. And if you want a little microchip injected, no, we're not going to be doing that, but we would like you to sign up to the mailing list where we promise not to share your information with anybody shady. It's very important to me that you stay unchipped and please stay free.